Hey there, welcome back to the channel. Sorry about the lighting. I'm trying to get this new process 205 out of this truck so that I can move it to the other frame. Well, I gotta clean it and put new bearings and stuff in it. The first plan of attack was I just take the crossmember and the transfer case out as one. The transfer case is bolted to the crossmember from above. The bolts really suck to get to, and they're pretty tight. Fun part, this cross member up here is riveted to the frame. I didn't take any video of me removing those because, well, it was the middle of the night and I just wanted to get it done. But basically what I did is I took a grinder and took the heads off of them. Then I couldn't drive them out because they were too tight, probably put in hot. So then I took an acetylene torch and I pierced straight through the middle of those rivets. Well, not quite the middle there, but the middle on most of them. And then I used the air hammer to drive them out. So then I thought, oh, I'm golden. Yeah, well, put this jack under here, push this up, and it lifts the whole truck. So I couldn't figure out what was going on. So I came back out here today to take a look and see if I could figure out exactly what's going on, what's holding it. So I took a 4x4 and I put it between this rail and this rail with a gap, and I put a bottle jack in there to push the frame rail apart, see if maybe it was rust or whatever holding it together. Nope. Even with that, it didn't move. So then I started thinking, what on earth could possibly be holding this? And, oh, let's get up under here and look at this joy. Let's see if I can get you here. Somebody at some point in the history, oh, you can see it. Look at that little angle piece, right? That's welded to the frame and to the crossmember. And over on the other side, oh, it's hard to get it lit right, but you can see there's one over there too. The weld is much more obvious over there. So not only was it riveted in, it's welded in. Oh, fun. Oh, so thank you, asshole from the past that did this at some point to this truck. So I've been thinking and thinking, and the best that I can come up with right now is this frame I was hoping to keep for, well, maybe somebody else could use it, but I don't need it, so what the hell. So I'm going to cut right here, somewhere about right there. Cut through the frame, a slit, and it should cut that angle bracket in half. So if I can cut that angle bracket between the welds, hopefully it wasn't welded from the top. So if it was welded here, I should be able to cut through it, and then it should free it. Original plan was to use the acetylene torch for that, but you know, I think just a grinding disc with the grinder will go through that, and that way it would actually be at least more repairable, put less heat into the frame, and so if somebody does want this frame, they could weld that up and it'd be fine. So, just the joys of working on a damn near 50-year-old vehicle. So let's get into it. Alright, got a slit cut in there. Not the straightest thing in the world, but whatever. You can see it goes all the way through. So as long as it wasn't welded on the top side, we should be alright. So now the moment of truth. Oh my god, sorry about the floppiness of no tripod, but oh, that does not help. You can see the holes are still aligned. Oh. And that gap really didn't get any bigger. So I think it's welded above where I cut there. Oh, Well, the cutting disc didn't get there. I've got to go up a little bit, and trying to be accurate with the cutting disc sucks. So I guess we're moving up a notch. There we go. Look at that offset. That means the cross member moved up from the jack pushing on it. So, one side is free. Now I just gotta go cut the other side. Oh, this really sucks. Well, at least over here on the driver's side, I didn't have to go from the outside of the frame all the way through. I was able to cut that from here because I've got plenty of space. Of course, things still are not going as planned because we're wedged here in between the frame. I can't turn it to get it out. This plate is in the way on both sides, so I can't slide it forward or back. I just cannot get this thing to move. So we're going the extreme. I'm just going to cut the cross member in half so that I can drop it. And then I'll look for another one of these. I might, even if I find another one, I'll probably try to repair this just as practice. I think if I put some C-channel in here and here, refill that hole, I think I can get it back to where you can't even tell that it's been cut. It's just going to be a bit of work. So I'll continue with the plasma torch, get this thing out, and then we'll take a look and see what needs to be done on the 205, which was the original plan to begin with. Well, I got it out. Not quite in the way I wanted and not in all one piece, but it's out. You can tell by all this dirt and grease that I think every single seal on the thing needs to be replaced. I'm going to completely disassemble it, clean it up. I don't know, maybe powder coat. At any rate, I'll go through it, take a look at all the bearings, replace all the seals, but that'll be another video. So that's it for today. Thanks for watching. One quick afterthought on this. If you're trying to pull this transfer case out and leave the cross member in, let's say you want to repair the bushings or replace the bushings that go in here, so there's a rubber bushing that sits below the cross member and one that sits above, and then this bolt goes through. Well, this tab is on here, and then one of these ears is folded over on each side so that you can't get to it. This is a steel tab. I had to fold these corners back with a chisel from above. This is sitting right underneath the cab. I don't know how you would get to that to fold that over in order to get a wrench on it. So, if you have to replace these, those bushings, or if you need to pull the case out for some other reason, maybe you want to rebuild it on a bench, not under the vehicle, getting this thing out without pulling the cab, I think would really, really be challenging.